Hello and welcome back to my channel, and today we're taking a look at Hard Reset Extended Edition. Now this game is technically from 2012. They did smack in a DLC and that made the game to be called Hard Reset Extended Edition, which was launched on Steam on, well, technically 2015, but it's still 2012 game. Now the game also has a Redux version which supposedly has better graphics, new monsters, and some other game mechanics like a fast dash or something like that. But overall, I think that this is essentially the base game itself, like the OG Hard Reset. Now, requirement-wise, very honest requirements. At least 512 megabytes of GPU video memory, so we're looking at GeForce 88 GS or recommended 98 GT. And that's pretty much all there is. This is the time of the dual core and first quad core CPUs, so you know, everything that has a CPU with a core in it probably will run fine. So looking at the options, obviously we're going to be maxing this game out, but there's not too much to actually max out here. So as per usual, the GPU is 4070 Ti, our CPU is i5-96K, we're going full screen 4K native, no triple buffering, no vertical sync. Anti-aliasing is on FXCA as a recommended one. We are reducing input lag. I'm not sure will this translate well or should we keep it off. Overall graphics quality is set on ultra, and as you can see, there's nothing really much to adjust here. Anisotropy filtering times 16, shadows high, post-processing high, everything else is on ultra. Now, the fun fact is that despite this game being old as hell, it does have a built-in benchmark tool. So we're gonna launch the benchmark tool first. You have to go into the extras and then you can access the benchmark. We're going to look at the benchmark first. It's a synthetic one, very generic. Then we're going to jump into the main game and just compare the numbers, because as you know, synthetic benchmarks versus actual gameplay are usually different numbers and performance. So let's jump into the main benchmark and have a look-see. I would want to wager we should be having at least 100% at any given time, but let's have a look. And what do we see? Minimum frames at some point was 71 frame, maximum was 279, and average is about 148. As you can see, the GPU load and CPU load were pretty much consistently low, about 30% on the CPU side and 40-45 tops on the GPU. So wouldn't call this a resource hungry game when it comes to it. You know, no big surprise there. So let's start the main game. Jump in and see how it goes. Obviously we're gonna go with the cookie difficulty, as I call, and that's pretty much all there is. So the easiest difficulty there is. I mean, we're just having fun and blowing things up, so let's have a look-see.
17, 2436, Sector 6, European District, Bazaar City.
Okay, lore exposition, I'll leave that to yourself, guys.
Has been compromised. Get to the breach. Investigate and gather evidence on arrival.
Okay, so the field of view is cranked to 90. The game does start out at 60, but I think for overall gaming experience, 90 is about where you want to be. Maybe some people might want even 100 or 110. And what do we see? We're pulling 2.5 gigs of video memory allocated, 7.3 of RAM. We're above 100 frames. Everything is actually very snappy. The way the gun sits literally almost puts me back into Painkiller. To be fair, so that's a little bit odd. Surprisingly enough, the health, armor and ammo box is kind of reflecting the light a bit, which is kind of weird, as you can see when you move around, so that's a nice touch. And we do have a rifle, so let's go blow something up. very, very simplistic combat, I'll give you that much. Come here. Okay. I don't think this is a game where you need to play it safe. Hey. So let's just get into the meat and potatoes here. I guess you need to get used to the environmental hazard traps. Which again, you know, who cares? Also the armor is regenerating, which is kind of good. I guess we do have a little bit of a shield there. You okay? I don't think he's okay. The levels do look nice, in all honesty, you know. So... I mean, then again, playing on easy, I mean, obviously it is easy.
Disable the energy barrier. Follow the cables and find the control panel's power supply.
I guess we did a thing here, so that's good. Yeah, performance-wise, I cannot really say that this is anything unexpected. The frame time is actually picture perfect, 4.5 or 5 milliseconds, so there's no lag, there's nothing in here. Oh, hello. We can sprint. That's gonna come in handy running away from enemies. Kinda very tempted to explore every nook and cranny as I usually do in these games, but hey ho.
Customer, you have 20% discount.
Yeah, I think this is a very simple game for just destroy something? Can't even read. The one problem this game does have, the HUD is, there's no option to scale the HUD. So, destroy the anti-weapon barrier's power source to disable it. Okay, that's fair enough. Where's the power source? Come on. You got to be kidding me.
Welcome to our hotel.
Okay, a couple things here. Whatever. I think we're good. I think the one thing that does not really translate is the amount of motion blur and screen shake versus your health being lost, which is kind of weird. This should be a bit more intense, which I believe will happen in higher difficulties, all things considered, but currently it's just kind of getting a little bit annoyance rather than, you know, a feature. But yeah, we do have 200 of this, so that's good. Suppose we're just exploring at this stage. Let's see where else we can get. You arrived at the breach. Perfect. So we actually spent about 10 minutes on this. And we collected 38% of nano. Obviously we weren't looking. Secrets found, none. Achievements 3. So yeah, so the whole point of all of this essentially is just, you know, if you have an itch to kind of kill some time, go shoot stuff up and not think about too much, and you kind of want to have this older FPS feeling in your life, then this probably is the thing for you. Now, granted, I would never recommend playing games on easy unless you're really going just for this vibe of just mindlessly shooting and blowing things up without too much care in the world. If you're more competitive, go ahead, crank it all up to the whichever level you feel like, and that's all there is. But on the bright side, this game is currently on sale on Steam, and it runs on Windows 11. It does run and supports 4K, so I mean, come on, this game is one of the good old games. Pretty much forgotten, granted, but nevertheless, doesn't make it a worse game, so it's very simple. So, yeah, and performance is there. So, anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Over and out.